Hello and welcome to Hornbill TV. I'm your host Akivito. On September 20th, the chief of the National Socialist Council of Nagalim, Theung Ngaleng Muiwa, President Q Tuku and other senior leaders met with the state's new interlocutor A.K. Mishra of the Intelligence Bureau at the police complex in Chumugidima. Hornbill TV's assistant editor Pito Su was at the venue. Let's have a look at the details.
I speak to you from Nagaland Police Complex, Chumugidima. As I speak to you, the meeting is being held here in Chumugidima Police Complex, and that is between A.K. Mishra and Nscn-Im Top Guns. This is not the first meeting between A.K. Mishra and Nscn-Im. There have been several rounds of talks between the two groups. But however, since Ravi got relief from the post, this is the first official meeting taking place between the two groups. After Nscn-Im refused to speak to Ravi for the differences they had, and the Ravi, on the other hand, who refused to smudge in the demand made by the Nscn-Im, that is, the constitution and the flag. And therefore, the meeting and the peace process was stalled for more than a year. But however, A.K. Mishra was there as a broker, and there have been several rounds of talks between Nscn-Im and A.K. Mishra. But after Ravi got relief from the post, A.K. Mishra, who arrived day before yesterday to speak to Nscn-Im. And today a meeting is being taken place. And as I speak, it is also important to understand that Nscn-Im seems to be more happy with A.K. Mishra than with Ravi. But however, in other hand, it is also important to note that 7 NNPGs and other political groups seems not very happy with this latest development, as they were happy with Ravi. So it is going to be a very difficult task for A.K. Mishra to break these differences, to break the ice and take this peace forward to final solution. And it is not known what is being talked about during the meeting. But however, we will try to speak to them. But the medias are not being allowed inside, and therefore we are waiting outside. And as the meeting gets over, we will try to bring you the latest development and updates. Sir, what will be the plans of action post inking final settlement?
Any settlement as of now will be transitional.
Okay. Will Nscn-Im be sitting across the table with other stakeholders for final settlement?
I have already pointed out on it that solution will be inclusive. There will be only one solution, only one talk. So our brother in different camps can be part of the solution, where we don't make issue out on it.
Sir, what do you think is the main and biggest challenge ahead? Constitution and flag or something else also?
We are not asking to keep flag and constitution, but we have our own constitution. We have our own flag to be recognized. So solution without flag and constitution will be impossible for us to accept, and our people will not accept it.
What about the integration of thousands and thousands of cadres post-settlement, sir?
Integration is natural necessity. We must integrate. The present so-called Nagas of Nagaland, Nagas of Manipur, Nagas of Assam, or Arunachal, or Burma Naga, these are the language of the enemies and the mass media. But when we say Nagas, we are one. And we are divided into many pieces and placed in different administrative units by the British and by the Burmese and the intent. So since we are divided politically, we must unite politically. And integration is a natural as well as political necessity. It is a must.
So government of India said the talk is over. So what is the main reason that is holding this final solution?
That is fallacy. Talk still it is being continued. We are talking on issues. But we have laid the foundation. Framework agreement is the foundation. This framework agreement solved the problem of India as well as the Nagas. There was say no breach between the two people. Now framework agreement has been signed, and this connects the two people. So we will keep it in letter and in spirit.
So Nagas are divided in many parts of the Northeast. So geographical integration is on the table or off the table, sir?
It is already agreed. Integration is the legitimate right of the Nagas, but physical integration, we have to go along with the time factor. That means through political process. But commitment is already there. Recognition is already there. Integration of all Nagas, that is the legitimate right of the Nagas. But process of integration will be through political process. It may take 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, I don't know.
Okay, one last final question, sir. When are you expecting the next round of talk?
We'll continue.